going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Crypt Door podcast. I am Tony. Hope you're all doing well. Today is Tuesday, October 21st, 2025. It is 12:37 p.m. at the time of this recording. I am sitting here in Northern California with a beautiful, beautiful day. It's a warm one today. I've got the patio door open. So if you happen to hear noise from the outside, deal with it. Hope everybody's doing great. Today's episode is dealing with a story about a young woman, 18 years old, Deborah Gail Stone. Now, over the years, I've heard of this, and I kind of heard about it off and on. So I kind of decided to sit down and look it up more and, do a podcast. So I want to ask you guys a question. You ever hear a story that just stays with you? One that's tragic, mysterious, and human all at once? Today we're going to talk about one of those stories. It's about Deborah Gail Stone, or a lot of people knew her as Debbie, an 18-year-old cast member at Disneyland, who lost her life in the summer of 1974. She was young, bright, and full of life. She was also working her dream job. Her death changed Disneyland forever and influenced theme park safety across the world. But this isn't a story of fear. It's a story of remembrance. And today we remember Deborah Gail Stone, the girl at America Sings. Deborah Gail Stone was born June 18th, 1956 in Santa Ana, California. She was the kind of student teachers loved, smart, athletic, and genuinely kind. At Santa Ana High School, she was everywhere. Yearbook staff, cheer squad, student activities, and even the honor roll. She earned the Principal's Award for Leadership and Spirit. Everyone called her Debbie. They said she had a smile that lit up a room. That June, she graduated with plans for college in the fall. But first, she wanted a summer job that felt like magic. So she applied at Disneyland, and she got it. Her assignment? Hostess for the brand new show America Sings. America Sings opened June 29th, 1974 inside Tomorrowland's old Carousel of Progress building. It celebrated America's musical story from folk to rock. Hosted by Sam the Eagle. Voiced by Burl Ives. It used a rotating theater where guests moved from scene to scene as walls turned behind them. It was ingenious engineering and classic 1970s Disney. But hidden within that design was a danger that no one saw coming. For Debbie, Disneyland was a dream. She greeted guests, kept lines moving, and treated everyone like family. Co-workers said she was always smiling. She never complained. She was proud to wear that Disneyland name tag. It was hot, busy, and thrilling. A perfect California summer. July 8th, 1974. That evening started like any other. Crowds filed in, music played, and the rotating walls clicked smoothly into motion. Debbie was in a narrow space between a moving partition and a fixed wall. During a rotation, the walls closed faster than she could react. In an instant, she was trapped, despite immediate response. Deborah Gail Stone died that night, July 8th, 1974. She was only 18. The next day, morning headlines shocked California. Disneyland, the happiest place on earth, now linked to tragedy. Her community mourned. Her school lowered flags. When I posted the story on my social media accounts, I was contacted by a few people. So we have Karen L. from Santa Ana, California. Karen says, I graduated with Debbie. It was like a bright light went out. The whole town went quiet. That is a shame, Karen. I can only imagine the shock and the pain. Someone with their whole life ahead of them, suddenly gone in an instant. Authorities confirmed she was caught between a moving and a stationary wall. There were no sensors. There were no automatic stops. Disney engineers worked around the clock, installing breakaway walls, lights, and mirrors. The accident changed park design forever. Her funeral in Santa Ana overflowed with friends and family. 18 years of light, a legacy that would last decades. Wow. Can you imagine the pain felt by those closest to her, guys? Can you imagine if that was your friend, your daughter, your sister? The pain must be unimaginable. I truly feel for her family. Truly, truly do. Disneyland closed America Sings for inspection. The next time it opened, new safety rules were in place. Linda M. from Anaheim, California. I started at Disneyland later that decade. They told every new hire her story. Not to scare us, but to keep us safe. Yes, Linda, I've heard of all kinds of companies where a tragedy like that can be a cautionary tale to people getting hired for certain jobs and used for safety training. And I've totally heard of stuff like that. Not just in Disneyland, but other companies as well. Disney installed mirrors for visibility, barriers between walls, and emergency shutoffs. Every new attraction after 1974 included redundant safety systems. Debbie's loss was now part of every ride's blueprint, and rightfully so. Change was needed, and change was made to ensure the safety of future generations of employees. From what I can gather, her parents rarely spoke publicly, but friends said they focused on remembrance. I'd also heard that, when I posted this on social media, I had also heard they sued the hell out of Disneyland too. I don't know. I don't have confirmation on that, but I had heard they did. Her family understood she died doing something she was proud of. And that's grace most of us can only hope to have. Mark D. from Garden Grove, California. A lot of these people were from the Disneyland area that have been commenting, that I have these comments and questions from. A lot of these people were from the Los Angeles, Orange County area, Garden Grove, the whole bit. A lot of these people are locals here that are commenting on this. I worked that building in the 1980s. They always said, remember Debbie. It was our unwritten rule. Her name became a symbol of awareness. Every cast member knew why certain rules existed. After repairs, America Sings reopened. Guests never knew anything had happened, but the employees did. They carried her memory into every show. When it closed in 1988, its animatronics moved to the ride Splash Mountain. Her show, reborn for a new generation. Alexis B. from Orlando, Florida. In training at Disney World, they still told her story. It was company history. Yes, Alexis, one of the best ways to make people aware and to honor her memory. From Anaheim to Orlando, every park adopted these protocols. Because safety, not show, in my opinion, comes first. From what I can tell, there's no plaque for Debbie inside the park. Her memorial is the safety systems that protect people each year. Unseen, but alive. When I've walked through Tomorrowland, I've paused by that round building. Most guests just see a structure. I see history, a lesson built into the steel and motion. And today, that same theater still stands. After America Sings, it became Interventions, then Star Wars Launch Bay. Different names, same bones. Debbie's workspace is still a part of Tomorrowland's heartbeat. Her show's animatronic characters moved to Splash Mountain when it opened in 1989. Time changes the costumes, but the roots remain. Her story moves with them. Now, some embellish the story and say the building is haunted, that guests hear screams. But the truth is enough on its own. Her legacy isn't a ghost story. It's a blueprint for safety. Brian K. from San Diego, California. I studied theme park engineering. Debbie's case was a required lesson. She made the industry safer. Oh, I'm sure it was, Brian. It was a horrible tragedy. Every ride operator, technician, and performer is a real person with dreams. Debbie's story reminds us of that. 50 years later, thousands pass that spot daily, unaware. And maybe that's okay, because her lesson lives in the rides themselves. At dusk, Tomorrowland glows. I like to think she's there somewhere in that light, not haunting, but just smiling. Catherine P. from Portland, Oregon. My daughter and I now say thank you to every cast member we meet. They make the magic real. You know, as a person who's been to Disneyland, many times in my life, isn't that the truth, Catherine? Every employee in that park works hard to make your experience memorable. That's what Debbie taught us. Gratitude. Again, her name was Deborah Gail Stone. Born June 18th, 1956. She died July 8th, 1974. 18 years young. Her story turned heartbreak into progress and reminds us that even brief lives can echo forever. This has been the Crypt Door Podcast. To Debbie's family, friends, and every cast member who keeps her memory alive, thank you. And to you, listening, next time you're out there, take a moment to notice the people behind the magic. Because every smile has a story. And some stories, like Debbie Stone's, shine forever. Now, here's some questions for you, my audience. Throw your answers out in the comment box below. How did Debbie's story make you feel? Have you ever had a job where safety wasn't taken seriously? Do you guys think companies today have learned enough from tragedies like this one? Have you ever visited a place that felt different once you learned its history? And do you think Disneyland should have an official memorial for Debbie? If Debbie's family could hear one message from today's world, what would you say to them? Like I said, guys, put it in the comment box below. I'm Tony. I'm out of here. Thank you for joining me, guys. And I'll see you the next time on the Crypt Door Podcast. Talk to you later.